we're going to have a welterweight fight just to get the evening started. Richard Gutierrez and Luis Alberto Santiago. That's coming up.
Still trying to learn on the job. Young kid on his way up. He is looking for bigger and better things.
So you take a look at Luis Santiago, and let's give you the rules here as we prepare for this fight. And the rules, incidentally, are as governed by the North Dakota Commission. Here are the numbers on these two. Gutierrez, undefeated, but has not fought anybody like Santiago. Santiago, incidentally, coming in at 152. That is over the welterweight limit, but this fight has been contracted that it's okay to fight at 152. We spoke of the rules. Let's take a look at what they are here. These are, as we said, the North Dakota rules. There isn't a formal boxing commission in the state of Minnesota, so we are going to go by the rules in the neighboring state of North Dakota. They will be different, however, for our main event. There is a standing 8 count and a 3 knockdown rule. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. The referee and doctor can stop the fight, either one. The 10-point must system is in effect. 3 judges score the fight and a mandatory 8 count after knockouts. With that, here's our ring announcer, Mark Pirro. Mark?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Target Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota, for an evening of championship boxing with the Battle for Pride. Under the promotion of Team Freedom, your matchmaker is the fun-loving Rick Glazier. Tonight's bouts are under the auspices of the North Dakota State Athletic Commission. The chairman is Al Jaeger. The chief commissioner in attendance at ringside is Jim Erickson, and your commissioners are Gary Crowder, Linda Gregoric, and Mark Feist. All bouts are scored under a 10-point must system. The standing 8 count and 3 knockdown rule is in effect, except in tonight's championship bout. Ring officials assigned by the North Dakota State Athletic Commission. Your ringside physician is Dr. Sheldon Siegel. Your judges at ringside working on a rotation basis this evening: Carl Benson, Jerry Lagarde, John Mariano, Scott Hay-Mo, Denny Nelson, Mark Nelson, and Jim Peralt. Your timekeeper is the always steady Steve Roth, and counting for the knockdowns at the bell, George Lilly. And now, ladies and gentlemen, this is your first contest of the evening. It is scheduled for 10 rounds in the welterweight division. Your referee for this event is Mark Nelson. Introducing the principals, first in the red corner to my left, wearing black trunks with white accessories. He weighs in at 152 pounds. His professional record reads 18 victories, 6 defeats, 1 draw, and 11 wins coming by way of knockout. El Hijo de San Juan, Puerto Rico. Here is Luis Alberto Santiago. His opponent in the blue corner, wearing the red trunks, blue trim, weighing 147 pounds. He is undefeated in 18 professional contests. He has 11 knockouts. El Hijo de Arjona, Colombia. Here is Richard Gutierrez. 10 rounds, heavyweights.
Chief, seconds only. Gentlemen, you received my instructions. You know exactly what I expect. Give me a tough, clean fight and protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves. Good luck to both of you.
And with that, we are set to go. Gutierrez in the red trunks and Santiago in the black trunks. And Gutierrez fighting for the first time outside his native Colombia. And this will be a real test for him. Interesting stat, one I've never seen before, I have to say, Sean, in a fighter. This guy has fought guys with a total of 20 victories in his 18 fights. 19 of them came from one fighter. So he's only fought 2 guys who have ever so much as won a single fight. All of that said, he's undefeated, so this is going to be a real test for him.
He's still in his schooling position in his career. He gets cracked with a couple good shots from Santiago. Gutierrez, his first fight in 9 months.
And Santiago, another guy with something to prove. He's lost his last 2. He ran up an 18-4 record. Good work inside for Gutierrez early here.
But he went 10 back in January, Santiago did. Santiago starting off this fight backing up. Usually a swarming type of fighter. Looks like he's trying to change his style a bit. Santiago, 18 wins, 6 losses, 1 draw, 11 KOs, has a little bit of pop in there.
Pretty good work by Gutierrez, especially to the body early in this fight. Slips an uppercut in and a good right hand to the body. And a sharp right hand.
Coming into this fight bone dry, not loosened up, not warmed up.
I think Gutierrez is very effective in this early portion of the fight.
Very sharp with his punches. Right on the inside. The shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line.
I like the way he's working the body, and then comes upstairs. He's really outworking Santiago in this first round.
Santiago better get going.
That one straight a little bit low. Santiago pushing his punches a little bit as well.
Punch out of there. Get out of there. Hands free. Get out of there.
Mark Nelson, you can hear him. Get out of there. Your hands are free. Keep punching.
There's a right hand from Santiago, his best punch of the fight.
To see a little more upper body movement from Santiago. Good skills in the ring, but he needs to throw more punches and lean over a little more on the waist for that. Put the upper body weight into your shots.
Overhand right by Santiago.
Box out. Box out.
Like to see Gutierrez get that jab going. Jab is the most effective punch in boxing. Both offense and defense.
Nice combination again. 3-punch combination, then a left to the body. Very effective work.
Santiago gets hit solidly. Takes the shot.
Santiago is just letting Gutierrez walk to him here. He's not showing the jab at all.
Nothing to keep him off it.
Good right hand to the body, straight right hand, and a left hand to the head.
He does have some power, but I would like to see with 11 KOs and 18 victories, I'd like to see more upper body strength in these punches. That's why Gutierrez is able to walk over him.
Coming to the end of the first round, and I thought a very effective first round for Gutierrez.
Time! Keep the punches up.
Well, a busy.
Well, Mark Nelson did go into the corner of Gutierrez and say, keep the punches up. Strayed low with a couple of, not horribly low, they were at the waistband.
Easy for us to say.
Exactly.
Well, hopefully this round, Santiago gets a little more punches going. I see starting off a little bit of movement. You know, sometimes to get into these fights, you got to shake out the cobwebs. Just kind of get into it a bit.
But he's just not, the jab is a rumor.
Sure, and when you get hit, you get stunned. You freeze momentarily. Looks like that's what has happened to him. He got cracked in that first round and just stood still like a deer in the headlights.
A little bit of swelling under the right eye of Santiago.
Good uppercut. Santiago on the inside.
You know, champ, no one could explain it except you, being a fighter, knowing when those punches are coming in and what it's all about. It takes a great fighter to be able to pick things off like that.
Well, thank you. Raised in this sport, these two fellas here, they get a lot of things to work on, and still trying to learn in their careers, both young fighters.
Well, the one thing I like about Gutierrez, I like his balance. He does throw a lot of punches. He works the body well. Not getting hit a lot.
Yes, very good balance. You know, I'm looking at all the other athletes out there, and I think basketball players probably, I feel like, would make the best boxers because of their balance. Very few fighters have the balance that they really need in this sport. Ray Robinson told me, don't ever take your car, walk everywhere. Don't ride a bicycle, walk. And it means a lot when somebody like that, like Sugar Ray Robinson tells me, to walk places.
Sharp right hand right there, and another one. I think Santiago's hurt.
Yes, he is.
Backs into the corner.
Frozen. Crowd senses it. Does Gutierrez. Santiago trying to save. Just hang in there. You know, back in January, he went 10 rounds with Martezi Morgan. Went the distance. He just hung in there.
He lost his last two, and I don't think you want to see a guy like Santiago lose 3 in a row. All of a sudden, the magic not quite there.
Well, sure. When you see a fighter lose 3 in a row, you got to question the veracity of their boxing career. It's time for them to be a trainer or a color commentator.
There you are. Again, a right hand drives Gutierrez back, or drives Santiago backward.
Oh, mixing it up some now.
Another good round for Gutierrez. Santiago offered nothing.
You know, champ, you talk about balance, but
In my opinion, Gutierrez is absolutely dominated.
He has, but he had a little bit more opposition from Santiago in the last round. Santiago at least was throwing some punches. Remember in that first round, Luis was just backing up. Keep him up. I believe that's the second warning.
Yeah.
Mark Nelson, the referee.
That's the bane of a body puncher. I kind of hate to see that.
It really is. You know, that's how a referee can sometimes control a fight. I know Mark's not trying to do that. He's saying that sometimes a referee can call those borderline shots.
And you'd hate to see a guy punished for, executing a game plan. Santiago leaning in on Gutierrez a little bit more here in this round.
Don't hold, don't hold.
Wow, what a jab would do here for both of these fighters.
Gutierrez just missed, just a little short of the right hander.
Look at Santiago and how effective he would be with a jab. Even Gutierrez, the jab sets up everything as well.
you know, champ, you're right about it. Everything starts right off the jab.
Good right hand, that drove him sideways, and again Santiago is hurt, back to the ropes and has to hold on.
He's hurt there, and Barry, you mentioned being hurt the last round too.
Another good right hand, and Santiago is in trouble here. Standing 8 count.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Here we go.
Santiago just cranks a right hand. Not a great punch, but it did get there. There's a nice uppercut.
Nice weapon. What a great shot. Inside, jumping jab uppercut.
There's a body shot again, a right to the head, a right to the body.
Santiago just trying to wind up with one shot.
Good right hand again. Santiago just not offering much.
Right hand set up by the jab. Again, measuring him. Santiago just trying to do what he can to stay in there.
Just not offering anything.
Doesn't have the power, doesn't have the training, doesn't have the skills.
Doesn't have the jab, certainly. There's a right hand that did slip
slapping,
in.
another slapping right hand.
Exactly.
He's been where he's going.
Well, again, Gutierrez just continuing to dominate the fight. End of 3. He's just not looked in the fight to me for a minute.
Keep the punches up.
You know what? It's the one who wants to fight the most will always be victorious.
Absolutely, and I think you got a guy here in Gutierrez who wants to prove that he can fight and improve his skills too. Look at him, he's trying some things out there. He's of course in complete control, but he's doing some uppercuts, he's wrapping around a right cross and good hooks.
But to be a great fighter, he's going to have to come back with he's going to have to develop a great jab.
Round number 4, and Gutierrez just coming out determined to finish the job here. Good sharp right hand again, and Santiago's hurt again. In fact, the only time Santiago fights is when he is hurt.
Fights better when he's hurt than when he's not. More dangerous when he's hurt. Like a cat caught in a corner. He'll fight back. And you know, for Gutierrez, he has to end this here. I mean, he's been completely dominating in this fight. And for this fight to go the distance of 10 rounds, it would sure be a bad mark on Richard Gutierrez's record.
I got it.
Santiago opening up a little bit now. Right hand, straight right hand, got there.
You know, look at Santiago too. I mean, this is a guy been in some fights. He really didn't start getting warm till this third, fourth round and start picking it up a bit. We're in the fourth, but third and fourth round, although he got a standing 8 count the last round, he kind of gets the muscles loosened, warmed up. How much better a fighter he would be if he would warm up preceding the fight.
Box out, box out.
Who do you blame that on, Sean, when they're not prepared back coming out of that dressing room to make that walkway down the runway?
That's the
trainer.
trainer.
Trainers?
That's the trainer. It's all trainer. The trainer has to get that guy fired up and get him scared too. You know, when my father was my trainer, he would make me afraid that my opponent was going to knock me out, embarrass me in front of people, and he made me scared. Good combination, Gutierrez on the attack.
You know, Sean, I believe that you can't teach a guy to throw a curveball unless you throw one. You can't teach a guy to kick a football. You can't teach a guy to throw a punch unless you throw one. I see so many people never trained a dog, and now they're big names in the boxing business.
And you got to throw punches too. You stand up at the plate and swing the bat. So many guys freeze out there and afraid to throw anything. They get glove shy.
Santiago in general doing a little bit better in this round. He's a little busier than he has been.
He's trying here.
Right hand. Not a lot behind that right hand. Gutierrez not as busy in this round.
Oh. Yeah, Gutierrez taking a break this round. Remember, he had a big third, so he's kind of taking a break this round, which is the way you fight. You'll go out one round and really give it your all. Then the next round, you kind of take a breath and get your breath back, and I think that's what Gutierrez is doing. You know, and Gutierrez, too is trying to learn. Still a young fighter, 18 wins, no losses.
End of 4. Backing up, another good right hand. And a good hard shot to the body. Gutierrez much more active in this round. Another right hand right there. Gutierrez, a lot of punches, does not seem to have a ton of power in his punches, but comes out here very effective in round 5.
Watch your heads.
Watch your head, says Mark Nelson. You have to be real careful of your opponent's head in there when you're swinging so hard and moving in like they are, like both of them are. But just hanging around the block is Santiago.
Box out.
Santiago fought most of his fights in Pennsylvania. Philadelphia fighter. And a guy who had some early success, but now has lost 3 of his last 5. A real pivotal fight for him against the newcomer from Colombia.
May have lost his focus, although he's firing back. You know, there's so many fighters too. They get hit once, and it just all of a sudden they can't do anything anymore. They lose all their confidence. It's a kid in Santiago that's lost his mojo, lost his confidence.
Well, I'm telling you, that happens. You know?
I know, and it happens with boxers. It happens one round, one night, one punch. There's
a good combination from Santiago.
In and out, and some up and down movement. Going to the body and to the head.
Right hand. And that hurt him. It's over.
Yep.
That's
wow.
Just like that. One punch, good night.
That overhand right. That made him say, uh-oh.
Well, that was Set up by the jab.
His fighters. He's a pretty good guy, and he's a fresh air to boxing, a breath of fresh air.